Going, Mike? What's going on, Derpy?
I'm fired up. I'm ready to go, baby. I'm ready
Ready
to
to
do
go,
this.
I'm ready to get
Let's
guys?
these
do
picks
this.
in.
Guys, we have 9 days till the playoff starts. Do you believe that? Nine
That's crazy.
days. The playoffs are going to be here.
Ooh,
Uh, Steelers get a. I don't know if this plays in our favor or not, but we got a snowstorm heading toward Baltimore. That whole area, that whole region.
Oh,
I mean, they're getting plowed with snow this weekend. I mean, there's some areas down there that's like 8.5 inches.
I
So I
does
don't
that
know if
play
so,
well into our favor
I
or
don't
not?
know. I'm maybe Baltimore. A lot of the guys just don't want to be there, and they already figure, hey, this is a useless game.
Yeah.
Um, big
Was this
news. The big news of the day yesterday was Lamar Jackson will not be playing. Um,
yes. I don't know if that might work against us too.
that's the one thing that I worry about as
yeah.
well. However, we have won 6 of the last 7 against Baltimore, and
Yeah.
the one loss we did have was against Tyler Huntley, and
Yeah.
that's who will be starting. I just don't know who else. If there's going to be other starters out, if I can't imagine they're going to play all their starters. If you're
Yeah.
if you're
Eh,
sitting Lamar, you know,
yeah. I can see a few key guys like they're what their one tackles had it battling an ankle injury all year. I can see him sitting out. I can see safety Hamilton's sitting out because he's questionable, but you can only sit so many guys out.
yeah.
But hopefully there's some key guys that sit out. Patrick Queen, he can take some time off. I'll be happy with that.
And also, what effort, even if you are going to have these guys sitting and guys that don't play because they're going to take their time to get healthy. But, like I said, even the guys that are playing, it's going to be frigid. It's going to be snowing. These guys know that this game is useless, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, I mean, they're human. They're not might not want to be there. They're just going to want,
Yeah,
hey, get in there, let's do this. Win, lose, it doesn't matter. The results all the same to us. We're going to be the number one seed in the playoffs in a week. So, and it's wild. This is what it ain't the X's and the O's that we're using to strategize to win this game. It's, I hope these guys are too cold to want to play football.
exactly. Yeah, because they have the number one seed locked up. The only thing they're playing for now is to maybe keep your division rival out of the game, out of the playoffs. And is that going
Yeah.
to motivate them enough?
See, I don't even think that doesn't even, would that matter to you? I mean, you have the number one seed. Your next site is the Super Bowl. I'm
Yeah.
just trying to think if we're the number one seed, we play the Browns last. Do you care if you win or lose that game? You sit your
Well, yes, the
starters.
Browns, nah, but Pittsburgh, Baltimore,
Yeah.
No
I
care.
would have tried to knock my biggest rival out if I could,
If
because
you
I don't want
could.
to play them because I don't want to play them in the playoffs down the road because at that point it'll be 7 out of 8 that they beat us. I don't want to have to play them again, even though I've been rested. They're playing. If I was Baltimore, that would go through my head a little bit. Do I want to meet these guys down the road?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because it's the one team in the
To,
AFC they have trouble with.
to me, it seems like I wouldn't be that concerned. Um, but you don't know. You don't know. You don't know.
Don't
That's
know.
as I said, we could be trying to figure out the X's and the O's and strategic, but it's not. It's
It's all about who's going to be playing.
yeah, who's going to be playing at this point, and it's crazy, but that's where we're at. That's the situation we're in, and it's going to be a long weekend because the last game of the weekends, which is Sunday night, is one of the games I think Baltimore, or I'm sorry, Buffalo and Miami. So it's going to be a
Yeah.
long weekend. Say we win, we're going to be doing a lot of waiting and watching
Mhm.
throughout the weekend, and even if we lose, there's still a slight chance.
Yeah.
So we'll be glued to the
Yeah.
TVs all weekend.
Yeah. If we finish up 9-7, a bunch of other teams finish 9-7, a couple other things happen, we win based on strength of conference record. Never mind head to head.
Yeah,
I, I'm sure you saw that graphic. I was like, that is insane. If we lose, there's still slim chance.
yeah.
Gotta
No,
win
there
out.
is. We do either way. I mean, one way or the other, we are going to be glued to the
Oh
TV all
yeah.
weekend, and it's a good weekend to do that because it is going to be freezing. And as I said, they're getting hit with a slammed with a huge snowstorm in that area, so that's going to make it all the more interesting and just another storyline to add to it. On top of the division rivalry, on top of the division. I'm sorry, the playoff spots at stake. The referee crew. The
Oh,
so there's a lot that's going to go into this. I highly
mhm.
doubt it's going to be unentertaining. It's a Saturday afternoon game. I think and there's a reason that the NFL puts the Steelers in these spots sometimes. So I think it's going to be very entertaining. Hopefully it finishes in our favor and we could win and we could have a week to get ready for either Miami or Kansas City. It looks like at the moment. So,
And
but
I'm really not afraid of either of those teams right now.
yeah, I'm not either. I mean, they're good, but
A little more with Miami just because of how explosive their offense is, but they're beatable.
They're
What they
beatable.
beat right now. They beat one team with a winning record. We have to hope they can do it twice this year. They have to hope they can beat Buffalo, but they're coming in banged up.
yeah.
Are they going to play all their guys? Because they have a playoff spot locked up. They don't have to win.
Yeah, but they want that division. I mean, if,
Yeah,
if Buffalo wins, Buffalo takes that 2 or 3
yeah,
seed, and they drop down to whatever. So I think they do want to win. It's going to be interesting to me. But
yeah,
and here's the thing: I think if it was a game played in Buffalo, it would be towards the northern team's
yeah.
advantage because of the weather.
Uh huh.
If you go down and play in South Florida right now, is it to that team's favor, or is it
No.
pretty much open field, open game?
To me, the home field advantage Miami would have for weather is gone.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
heat.
the opposing teams, sideline is exposed to the sun, but right now
We'll take the
it's
sun.
yeah. Guys coming down from Buffalo, like, all right, man, this feels good. I'm loose.
Right.
I feel better than I do at home.
Oh yeah, right. Of course, we did mention Lamar Hunt. Lamar Huntley will get to start Saturday afternoon when the
Lamar
Steelers.
Huntley,
Lamar.
Lamar
you still
Tyler
stumbled over.
Huntley.
You
He
still
will be getting the
stumbled over
start
it.
on Saturday afternoon when the Steelers and the Ravens go at it at 4:30. I'm pumped. I want the game to be right now.
Me too.
I've been thinking a lot about it, and just some of these the later news that we've got. Snow, no Lamar Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this
Run
referee
the
crew,
ball.
it's going to be interesting. And yeah, I mean, there's going to be a lot of running going on, and I got some numbers, down the road here. We're going to talk about our running games doing some great things. But I think, guys, what we're going to do now is talk about they had some awards passed out. We got some
Yes.
people uh, voted to
Mm-hmm.
the Pro Bowl. So let's talk about that for a moment. Our Pro Bowl selections are, as of right now, more players might get in eventually due to people dropping out, not participating, this and that, which I don't blame them because they're going down to play dodgeball for the weekend. So I
Hey,
wouldn't blame these guys
you
if
can
they
dodge a
did.
wrench. You
It's
can
the
dodge a ball.
participation Super Bowl.
So the Pro Bowl selections for the Steelers are T.J. Watt,
Yep,
who leads the
much
league in
well deserved. Well
who leads
deserved.
the league in sacks. Minkah Fitzpatrick and Miles Killebrew. I think
Well
the Miles
deserved.
Killebrew, he's the best field goal blocker and best punt
Yeah,
blocker in the league.
yeah.
How can you not have him?
Outside of one game where he lost his freaking mind, he's been
Yeah,
solid. And I
that
think
was a
even in that game, he had some good special teams plays.
and it was like 2 or 3 times he did something. It was
It was,
crazy.
it was, it felt
He
like it
ran
was
into
like,
a punter. He ran into the guy that called a fair catch.
yeah, that's when that's not your day. But no, like he's a damn good special teamer, and it's nice to see him finally get recognized at this stage of his career.
Who got snubbed? You got T.J.
Team
Watt made it. Minkah Fitzpatrick made it.
I don't think
Miles
Mika
Killebrew.
deserved it.
GP.
I think George. He's
Uh,
questionable. I mean, he's argued.
He's
Here's the
he's ticked though. He's ticked
here's
on
the
them.
thing. He sits at the number 12 overall wide receiver in the NFL. I don't think the number 12 necessarily
Fair
should
enough.
qualify you to be in the Pro Bowl. However, if it was a more ideal situation for him as a receiver, with his
yeah.
quarterback, I think that he could certainly be a Pro Bowler easy. I just don't know if the numbers
Mm-hmm.
are there this year. I think for what he has, his numbers are fantastic, but you have to take the so many top best receivers and vote them in, and that's what that's your all stars.
Yeah.
So
I For me,
I
a
think
snub
go
might
ahead.
be Peasy. Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of picks, but yeah, he's shutting people
He's
down.
getting there.
Yeah. He
You know,
not starting the first portion of the season hurt his Pro Bowl chances, but made him a better player. So I'm okay with that. But I can see him next year if he plays this way he does, like him and Sauce battling out to be the number one guy.
Well, him and Broderick Jones, if we're going to talk rookies,
Yeah.
weeks 1 through 8, the Steelers were the 5th worst
Yep.
running game in the league per
Mhm.
yard with 79.7 yards,
Yep.
and they were the 4th worst in yards per carry, which is 3.4. Now, in the game in weeks 9 through 17, which Broderick Jones started, they were the 6th best
Yep.
in the league per game with 144 yards, and the 8th best
Mhm.
in the league with 4.5 yards per carry. So, I mean, if we're talking rookies,
Massive turnaround.
these guys are getting
Pancake
there.
Jones.
I mean, you don't have to really take either. I'm just making the point of, going off of what Mike said with these guys, they're going to be there. Broderick
Yep.
Jones is going to be there. Joey Porter Jr. is going to be there. These are the guys that are going to be here for a long
Yeah.
time in Pittsburgh, and they're going to hit the Pro Bowl. They're going to be throwing dodgeballs at each other before you know it. But
I think the one who's going to continually to get snubbed will be Keanu Benton. He's going to be in that Casey Hampton type position where he's a dominant nose tackle, but he's not going to have the numbers to get in there. But everyone around the league is going to know what a beast he is.
yeah,
Fan
And
voting,
Herbig.
fan recognition. Herbig is small sample size, but if he can supplant
I think once they get him in a
Alex
starter
Smith,
role,
oh man, he could be a potential.
if he's an every down player, this whole draft class ended up being pretty damn good. With
Yeah,
the
they hit
exception,
on
even
even
Corey Trice, who we lost for the season. I'm really looking forward to seeing him play next year.
if he's healthy, my God, he has that build and the physical tools that the Steelers want as a corner, tall, big, fast, physical.
And Spencer Anderson's really the only name that you don't hear much about of the draft class. But you know what? That's a pretty damn successful draft class.
That's a solid class.
And even tight end Mount Washington, he's coming along.
Mhm.
He's developed into a damn good blocking tight end. I don't know.
Can he drag somebody into the end zone too?
Oh yeah, he can. I don't
know
if
he's Najee underneath his arm. Najee looked like a damn football under his arm. That's how big this guy is. He drug him into the end zone. I was like, yeah.
I'd like to see him put 40 pounds on him and make him right tackle.
Yeah. I like to see him catch some more balls over the middle and drag people down the field.
I just don't know if he has the
Gronk. I mean, come on, if Gronk can do it, this guy.
Yeah, but Gronk was way more athletic and better route runner than Mount Washington.
What's his deal? Is he not athletic?
He's real stiff, man. He's big, he's fast, he's athletic, but not like that freaky athletic you want at that tight end position. He's not fluid, is what I'm saying. He's real stiff. He got them stiff hips.
Like Deontay Johnson, he's not fluid. There's something real robot-y with his arms, and
but Deontay has a way to make people miss the way he runs.
And then he runs out of bounds.
He caught the ball. He caught the ball, Ryan. He caught the ball. Let him.
I know, and he's running in the right direction. I guess
he's running in the right direction.
Give him a break. Who was the guy who was just here? Washington. He was another one that kind of had them robotic-y arms. James
was
receiver. How these guys are getting past the combine with these robot arms is beyond me. I'm sure there's a lot more athletic people out there.
But numbers, baby. When it comes to the combine, they just look at numbers for the most part. A lot of people.
So that's the also voted this week, guys, for the FedEx Ground Player of the Week. FedEx Ground Player of the Week, Najee Harris, guys. He does get that. He gets voted for that yesterday, so that's all pretty awesome.
He got that and the Angry Run of the Week.
Angry Run of the Week, and then also
what is this angry run I've been seeing?
It's on I think it's like Good Morning Football or something like that on the NFL Network. And this guy, he has like the angry run of the week, and Najee's won it like 4 times this year, some shit like that.
Oh,
yeah.
Also, Derpy, hold your horses. The Patrick Peterson wins the Chief Award, which I think is primarily dealing with the media.
Yeah.
Which I don't really see him as a big media guy, but you know what? I would have thought Cam Hayward would have been their guy.
I saw Mark Boley. He was a little upset that his buddy Cam didn't get it. He thought Cam.
I'm surprised Cam. I think that he would.
Cam hasn't been around all year to buddy up with the media.
Yeah. So Patrick Peterson somehow pulls that one.
He's probably Pat Pete's always been available to the media, win, lose, draw. So
I would say there were I get it, but I don't think he would have been my guy.
Yeah.
Also, Joey Porter Jr. wins the Joe Green Great Performance Award, which was the Steeler Rookie of the Year. Now his dad, he had in his resume, he had a first team All Pro, he had 4 Pro Bowls, and he has a Super Bowl ring. So Joey Porter Jr. is well on his way to getting his awards and catching dad, but there's still ways to go. I'd like to see some of them Super Bowl rings pop up on his resume.
Me too. I think it will eventually happen. I do like what he said. He's like, I never heard about this award. I can tell my dad did not win. He's like, now I got something. When I go home, I got something to brag to him about.
Yeah. Also, Aaron Donald, former Pitt football star, Penn Hills high school graduate. He makes his 10th Pro Bowl, for which is only second behind Larry Fitzgerald, who has 11 Pro Bowls for Pitt players, which is the most for players that came out of Pitt. Larry Fitzgerald 11, and Aaron Donald has 10. Two Hall of Famers.
Two of the greatest to ever play the game.
Absolutely, man. So those are the awards. Those are things that were handed out. Those are all the accolades and things that come with being good football players. I can agree with most of them. Again, I and here's the thing: I'm not for kissing Clam's ass. We know this. I just really feel he's the media guy on this team, and
yeah.
I certainly.
But I'm just nice to see him not win something.
Yeah.
And Aaron Donald won something too.
Yeah,
it's him and Aaron Donald, baby. It's him and Aaron Donald.
Yeah, where's Clam at? Aaron Donald just got his 10th Pro Bowl selection,
Yeah, well, he hurt his for JJ early.
He did hurt his for JJ. Mm-hmm. Who I believe got snubbed on the All Pro was Boz. He is, usually a shoe in for things like this. There was a couple times this season where he missed an extra point one time. I remember he missed a field goal or two.
Yeah.
And there are guys like Justin Tucker out there, so you got to keep things like that into consideration. But somebody like Boz, I could say, certainly would belong in there. And some might argue, guys, and I'll prove my point here in a second, is Najee Harris, which some people say, well, it's not just it's only been since week 9 that they really started running the ball well. They listen to this, guys. Let me find where I have it. It was something about Najee. Okay, here it is. Since 2021, Najee Harris has more rushing yards. Now, we were just arguing and debating last offseason, is Najee, is he a good running back in the NFL? And some of the argument was like, well, he's not doing, he's not really putting up great numbers. And so here we go. Here's going to prove this point. Since 2021, Najee has more rushing yards with 3,157 than Nick Chubb, Saquon Barkley, Dalvin Cook, and Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
So in his first 3 years in the league, he has 3,157 yards and more running yards than Chubb, Barkley, Cook, and McCaffrey. So I think that we found the answer to that debate. The dude definitely belongs in the NFL. Dude's being successful in the NFL. The dude has 3,000 yard seasons in the NFL in his 3 years, and he has more than 4 of the top premier running backs in the league. So I think for that reason alone, being that it's over a 3-year period, I don't think you could throw him into the All-Pro game or say he deserves it more than anybody else. But when you look back over what he's done in his first 3 years in the league and who he has outrushed, I think that speaks volumes.
Yeah, he's 12th in yards and 14th in touchdowns. So, with him, it's being more consistent game in, game out. So,
yeah.
And once that happens, if him and Jalen keep running the way they have the past 2 weeks, I can see both of them knocking on the door next year to be in the Pro Bowl.
Or even somebody steps out this year. Somebody doesn't want to participate because they're in a Super Bowl. Somebody just doesn't want to go. Somebody gets hurt. I could definitely see Najee or Jalen Warren being in this All-Pro game.
Yeah. But hey, they don't ask how many Pro Bowls or how you got into the Pro Bowl, just how many. So shit, nothing wrong with getting a Pro Bowl.
I mean, I'm kind of
I'm like, shit, man, that's. I hope he gets it, man, because I guarantee you he has like escalators in his contract.
I'm just laughing because the way you said it, the point was funny, but you said it totally ass backwards. It doesn't matter how many or how the ways.
Yeah. Well, it's the way. It's like when you corrected yourself, you almost said Lamar Huntley, and then you're like, oh wait, Lamar Huntley. Like you knew it was wrong, and you kept going.
That was
me right there.
The content of what it was.
How many?
The content, of what you said, it was what was funny.
They don't ask how you got there, just how many.
Yeah, or whatever.
I know it. Yeah, I
I
totally
mean,
bitched it.
I'm kind of tired of just going to the Pro Bowl, aren't you? I mean, it's an awesome award to go to, but
Hey,
it,
I don't know. In what regard? What do you mean?
I just
you want them to
losing
go
in
to
the
the Super
playoff and
Bowl,
then just
Derp?
having them because it's been this way the last 10, 13 years.
Well, I mean, you're always gonna have your all-star game, or your all-star team, your team that gets selected as the best players, which is always fun, no matter what. But yeah, I think ultimately this town is very hungry for a
Yeah,
playoff win. This town is very hungry for
but
anything that even resembles a team that can get close to winning a championship, being in that situation. Um,
Derpy,
but
I'm 43 years old, man. We've won 2 Super Bowls, so I know two
Fair enough.
seasons where
Fair
my
enough.
guys haven't made a Pro Bowl. You know, because
Fair
of Super
enough.
Bowl. I know, 3 seasons, excuse me, where we haven't gone to. Yeah, so that's what, once a decade. We're due. We're due.
I
Actually,
do.
we are due this year. We're due, baby.
what's a decade?
Once a day. I'm 43 years old. I've Steelers made it to three Super Bowls, so that's 3 Pro Bowls that they've missed. Like Derpy is saying, he wants them to miss the Pro Bowl
Yo,
because
you're
of the
forgetting
Super Bowl.
95, 96, man. They went to 4.
Oh shit! That's the one I remembered. I totally blocked out
The
the
Green
Green Bay
Bay.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one
They
I
don't.
blacked out of.
We are lucky, and the thing is, Derp, you got to think of it this way: we have 6 of them. Nobody else besides New England has 6. And the fact that Mike and I both have only seen 2 winning Super Bowls in our lifetime, that does give you a good example of how hard it is for your team to win a championship.
Yeah.
However, I think as I was saying, I think people are just hungry. They want their team back in the race. They want to be involved. I mean, people in the city love their football. They love their Steelers, and that's just like people in New York. If they didn't have the Yankees make the playoffs for 7, 8, 10 years, it would be the same kind of situation as
Mm-hmm.
people love their baseball. And you just want, you want your team to be competitive. You want to have a reason to, put on that jersey. You want to have a reason to get up and have, chili on Sunday afternoon and when it's cold and, and all these things that we're missing out on because they can't make
Yeah.
the playoffs. So, I get it. Of course, I mean, you're always going to have your all-star picks and, that's going to be in anything, but we're due. We are so due to get back into playoffs and do something. I mean, even if,
Yeah.
just something.
Something, man. Like, because I can see us winning at least one game if we make it. The role that we're on, that we're getting hot at the right time.
Yeah.
Right.
That's just what sucks, where we had that 3-game losing skid where it looked like we were falling off the rails, and then boom, man, we're back in it, and we're playing our best football at the right time, and it's just that 3-game losing streak, man, really hurting this team.
And then I'm also concerned about, good teams. You have a coach like Andy Reid. Say we do get the Kansas City Chiefs, we'll be all excited. This is the lesser of the two evils in a lot of people's opinions right now. And if you get into in the playoffs and you play Kansas City, is a good coach like Andy Reid going to sit back and say, okay, well, this kid has been playing
No.
good, but we can figure out and we can
That's how you
figure it out
approach it.
pretty easily in game plan and shoot for his weaknesses and which is very possible. And there we could be standing in the middle of the field with our thumbs in our asses, wondering what just happened because we could be out coached in a game where we think it's going to come down to something else. And it's very up in the air again.
Yeah.
I think I think there's a gazillion possibilities that could happen from this point out, but I wouldn't get too excited just yet. There's a long way to go.
Oh,
We have to
I'm
win.
uber excited.
We have to, and the thing is, though,
We have to win.
we have to win against all good teams from here on out if we want to do anything that
Did
we
it before.
accomplish. Yeah, but that was a really good team.
Yeah, that was a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Don't matter. It's the
It's some
Pittsburgh
Hall of Fame.
Steelers.
Yeah. Derpy, obviously you don't remember the 80s. You weren't alive for the 80s.
I know.
Just saying it's the Pittsburgh Steelers. Didn't help us in the 80s, buddy.
Fair enough.
I mean, we have a banged up. I mean,
But
I don't even know how we're
saying.
stopping the run, guys. We have no inside linebackers left. We have, all of our safety's been absent for weeks, and so one of them's gone for the season.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of things going against us, and as I said, it usually doesn't end out good for teams that are in the situation that we're in. Even if you qualify for the playoffs, we have a lot of things that are going against us right now.
And what's helping us now is we're able to control the clock on offense. That's limiting, how much our depleted linebacking core and safety core is out there. They played 40 snaps against Seattle. Imagine if they had to play 60. That's 20 more snaps for you to get exposed, right? So right now, if yeah, we're playing good ball on offense to where we can hide that defense. Where early in the year we were able to rely on that defense to make plays and bail us out, but they're so it's a mass unit over there. How long can that can we go back to that to having if the offense suffers, can that defense bail them out now?
And the thing is, the defense carried them all season long for the most part, and here we are. We're going to need them the most.
Yeah, but
This is an all hands on deck game, as
yeah.
we say every week, guys. This is the biggest game of the year. This is, it doesn't get any bigger than this. You got to have all hands on deck. Your defense got to bring it. Your special teams got to bring it. Of course, your offense got to bring it. So it's going to be really interesting, guys, in the snow against our rival. Crazy referee crew that is so bad they're not even allowed to play in the referee in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I better hope it doesn't come down to just to them, to that official crew.
Yeah.
And why pick them for the Steelers Ravens game?
Yeah.
Where it comes down to the last play, last handful of plays. Why have this crew officiate this game unless you want something fishy to happen?
These writers, they're onto something. I can tell you that.
They are. And we're gonna have the best rivalry in the NFL, maybe the best rivalry in North American sports, and we're gonna put the worst officiating crew to crew this game.
Yeah, it's
the only game on, all eyes on the product. We're gonna have this. They want something to happen. They want the controversy.
Yeah, it's a moneymaker. I mean, come on. Everyone's gonna be tuned in. It's national TV. It's the Steelers. It's the Ravens. It's in the snow. Playoff, the number one seed. You got the other team fighting and clawing to try to get into the playoffs have to beat their rival in their rival city. So it's something's going to happen.
Yeah,
and it's probably going to be something that we're going to be bitching about for the next 9 months.
And that's what they want. Keep it in the cycle. Keep it in the news. Steelers, Ravens, because these are two of the biggest franchises in the NFL. Steelers fan base, they know, like, we will talk about this ad nauseum if we get screwed over. They know. Baltimore will talk about it ad nauseum if they get screwed over. So it's, like you said, man, perfect storm. This is what they want.
It keeps their product fresh.
Yep. Keep the outrage machine going, because people are more likely to talk about the product, if there's something controversial going on.
Again, people are sick of the same old that went on for 20 straight years. And, I definitely think that the league wants, the league's doing something. I can't explain what it is. I don't know what it is. And I don't want to speculate, but it's definitely a lot different than it's been for my whole life. All of a sudden, this league is very different. Yeah. I can't put my finger on what it is.
Yeah. They've wanted parity, but all of a sudden the parity has gone off the deep end. It's like, all these games are uber tight, ticky-tacky calls.
I guess the people that benefit from this is Vegas the most.
Yep.
Follow the money, baby.
Mm-hmm.
The controversial statement the other day by Travis Kelce. A lot of people in Pittsburgh call for Mike Tomlin's head. It's because we're very spoiled. We have high standards. We have high expectations for our football team. Travis Kelce, the tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs, of course, comes out and makes a statement. The media is so dumb. Why do we even have media? They are just a bunch of jackasses. Well, if you didn't have media, you'd be nothing. I can tell you that, because you need people to come to your games, and you need people who talk about your games all the time. Mike, what do you think about Travis Kelce?
I love Travis Kelce. I get what he's saying, but at the same time, like it was pointed out to him, you're kind of the media now too. You're in that quasi. Once any athlete gets behind the microphone, you're going to be called part of the media now too. Double-edged sword. But this is a guy who, he respects Mike Tomlin like a lot of players do. But they're from afar, so they don't. They're not following the Steelers constantly.
Yeah.
So, but I can see why he would say that. Like, yeah, hey, man, it's Mike T. Man, he's a great coach. Steelers are always doing well, but they're not seeing. He's not seeing all the everyday stuff that, like, the fans are and the media in town are.
He's a meathead.
I love him. He's a lovable goofball.
Yeah.
I love him.
It's going to be funny when his house burns down.
Oh, poor Tyreek Hill.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. That's where I was going. Tyreek Hill, firefighters put out a large fire at the home of Miami Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill. It brings back shades of Andre Rison and Lisa Left Eye
that's
Lopez.
My first thought was, did she rise from the grave?
My first thought was go ahead and fuck things up with Taylor Swift. It's those country bitches are the ones you had to worry about. They're the they're the ones that fuck your shit up, man. They'll burn your house down. They'll key your truck. I mean, we've seen the videos. You know this is going to go bad for this meathead. That's all I'm saying. It's not had nothing to do with his opinion. He's just he's eventually going to mess up. And like I said, you don't mess with these country girls.
You don't. They are some wild ass women. They
You
play
know,
it off all nice and sweet behind
yeah,
that smile.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, yeah. But get on
like
one's
that.
bad
That's why
side.
Travis, you need to find yourself a nice Latina. You know where you stand.
Yeah, exactly.
They're fiery and loyal.
There you go.
Let's just
Yeah,
stereotype every group of
that's
women and everyone else.
www. Two W's at Mike.
MikeMuller.com, trying to, I'm an idiot.
I was just waiting.
I mean,
to see
look at me. Who am I to judge anyone? Look
I was
at
waiting
me.
to see what was going to come out of your head from next. I thought there was going to be a shanking joke or something.
No.
I got school.
Also, guys, in the all right, so we're going to talk about the highest paid quarterbacks for just a moment because we do have to jump into our picks for the day.
This should be interesting.
I do want to talk about this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL, how they're and what they're up to. Number one, the highest paid quarterback in the NFL with a $55 million deal is Joe Burrow, out for the season. Second highest paid quarterback with a 53 million is Justin Herbert, out for the season. I'm going to jump 3 and 4 because they are not out for the season, but I'll get back to them. Number 5, Russell Wilson, 49 million, benched. Kyler Murray, number 6 spot with 46 million, missed 9 games this season. And who does the last? Okay, Deshaun Watson, 46 million, out for season. So 5 of your 7 top paid quarterbacks in the league either out for the season, missed most of the season, or benched, in Russell Wilson's case. But the 2 that are still in there are Lamar Jackson with a 52 million. He's worth 52 million. He's number 3. And Jalen Hurts with 51 million is number 4. So those are your top 7 highest paid quarterbacks. 2 of them are still they're still active. 5 of them are not. I guess you got to throw Kyler Murray because he is active now. But
but he was coming off that knee injury at the end of last year. So yeah.
So you pay all this money for that quarterback. As we say on the show before, you need that franchise quarterback. Yeah. Every team that's going to win is going to have that guy. You'll see. Keep paying attention to that. And here you are. You pay all that money out, and it's a crapshoot. 5 of the 7, they're just not there. They're not available for the team.
And you better hope you have a damn good backup ready to go. But even backups, you're starting to have to pay money for, because having a damn good quarterback, it's a luxury, and that backup, man, it's becoming a premium position.
Like we know, Mike, that Lamar has Huntley is his backup. Who's Jalen Hurts' backup over in Philly? Do you know?
Marcus Mariota.
Okay.
Hey, but yeah, he's he might get a game for.
He's rough.
Yeah.
But he's
so
we
were lucky. We were lucky. We had Mason Rudolph sitting on the sidelines picking his nose.
But our number 2 is Mitch Trubisky. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, and that costs $10 million.
Yeah, Mariota's not bad to have as a backup, I don't think. Certainly didn't live up to the hype. Coming out of college, you thought we'd have got a lot more out of this guy, this Marcus Mariota in the NFL, but it just didn't pan out.
No, not at all. Not at all. Him and what, Jameis Winston, baby. That was an interesting draft class.
Yeah.
You had the squeaky clean Mariota, and then you had a little legal trouble in Jameis Winston.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Pittsburgh Penguins back at it tonight. Mike, they are in Boston to play the Bruins. This game is at 7 p.m. Penguins with an 18-14-4 record. The Bruins come with a 23-7-6. So
it's a primetime game.
And we struggle against the Bruins, man.
We always struggle against Boston up there. So
coming off a loss from against the Capitals, they need to rebound.
They need to rebound. That is true.
They need to rebound in the low paint.
All right, so
mixing my sports here.
We're gonna do some picks, guys. You ready to do some picks? We're gonna keep it on Thursday. There's no game tonight, but we're not gonna mess with the schedule at this point.
Well, hey, we're too deep in it, man.
We're too deep in it. Let's see. Latest NFL news throws cold water on Steelers. All right, we'll get back to that in just a second.
Oh God, I don't want to hear that. No,
I don't want to hear about no cold water on the Steelers' chances. All right, guys, you ready?
I am ready.
I'm ready.
Here
we go.
You came off of such a tight win last week. It couldn't have gotten any closer.
Yeah.
I mean, it was you, Derpy, both had 10 wins. It came down to the tiebreaker. You were only like a couple points off. Derpy was only a couple points off of that. So, guys, this is last week of the regular season picks. We will, of course, continue into the playoffs. But Derpy, you're going to want to win for pride. Mike, you're going to want to win because you're on a roll, and you want to keep it going into the postseason. So, first game of the weekend, of course, is the Steelers. We're going to push that to the very end. So the first game, Mike, is going to be Saturday at 8:15. You could pick first, or you could defer to Derpy and have him pick first for these picks. What would you like to do?
I want the ball, and we're gonna win.
All right, here we go. Mike, first game of the weekend is 8:15. It is a game that the Pittsburgh Steelers hopefully are going to be paying close attention to. Texas at the Colts, Mike. Texans at the Colts. Big game in the AFC South. This is as big as it gets.
Mm-hmm.
Texans at Colts. What do you think?
Give me the team I've been riding, man, for all year. It feels like give me the Houston Texans, baby.
All right, Derpy, over to you. Who do you like in this game? I know they got your boy down there, CJ Stroud in Houston. Texans at the Colts. Who do you like?
Give me the Texans.
All right. The other AFC South game. Now, this one's on Sunday, 1 o'clock. Jacksonville and Tennessee. This also has major implications on the Steelers' chances to get into the playoffs. We would like to see a Jaguars loss. The Texans would like to beat the Jaguars, but is it going to happen, Mike? Jacksonville at Tennessee, 1 o'clock Sunday. What do you think?
I'm taking the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to play in that game. So,
all right, Derpy.
Yeah, he hit some limited practice participation, but I think he's going to find a way to go.
All right, Derpy, you're Jacksonville as well.
Sorry, Derp, I didn't mean to step on your toes there, but
you're good.
Next game over in the NFC North. This is a game that coulda, shoulda, woulda probably meant something if the Lions wouldn't have won last time. Minnesota would have beat these guys 2 weeks ago. This game would be very important. Vikings at Lions, guys.
I'm taking the Lions, and they're going to put an ass whooping on Minnesota. They are taking out all their frustrations this week on the Minnesota Vikings.
All right, Derpy, over to you. Minnesota at Detroit.
Give me the Lions in a roaring win over the Vikings.
All right. Some AFC South here. We got the Falcons at the Saints, Mike. The Falcons at the Saints. Believe it or not, there are playoff implications to this game. You hear these two names, you think of that division, you don't think playoffs, but this game is big for that division. Mike, Falcons at the Saints.
Give me the Saints. They like you said, man, playoff implications. I think if they win, they have a really good chance of making it.
Derpy?
So, give me them.
Give me the Saints.
All right. Next game on the list, guys, AFC East showdown. This game is between the Jets and the Patriots. Two very, very bad teams this year. I believe the Jets are a couple games ahead to where it's not for last place. But guys, this is as lame as it gets. The Jets, Patriots, Mike, who's it going to be?
Give me the Patriots. That defense, maybe.
All right,
Patriots.
All right. Am I just going to copy and paste Mike's picks, or you?
No.
Okay.
These are my picks.
All right. Next game on the list is the Buccaneers and the Panthers, guys. Buccaneers and the Panthers. Panthers get shut out yesterday for the first time since the early 2000s. Tampa Bay making the trek to play at Carolina. Mike, who's going to win?
I am taking Tampa Bay. This Carolina team, they're done. Put a fork in them. They've given up like a while ago. The most exciting thing about this Carolina team is their owner throwing drinks at people. I want to see if that trend continues. So I want Baker Mayfield to go out there and throw like 5 touchdowns to see what this owner does.
All right. Buccaneers, Panthers, Derpy.
Give me the Bucks and Baker Mayfield.
It's no faith in the midget, huh?
No.
None whatsoever. Worst pick. Oh, it's going to go down as one of the bad picks.
All right, up in Ohio, guys. Ohio has a big game this weekend. It's not much lies on this. However, it is in-state rivalry. Cleveland at Cincinnati. Which way does this game go, Mike?
Cleveland. Give me Cleveland, even though I believe Joe Flacco is getting a day
Yeah.
getting the day to sleep. They saw him starting to nod off on the sideline, so he's going to get some rest. But I still say Cleveland will win this game.
All right, Derpy. Cleveland at Cincinnati.
Give me the Bungles.
Oh,
There we
the
go.
first defection. You know, Derpy cannot pick the Browns.
I know.
It's
I, I
against,
I felt the anxiety. Didn't
I
you?
did too. That's why
And
I almost went the Bengals, so we would have the same.
NFC North, guys. NFC North again. The Bears at the Packers. This could be a very good game. The Chicago Bears, I'm sorry, has came along. They come a long way. They were in the playoff hunt just a week ago. This Green Bay team, Mike, Chicago, the Packers. Green Bay and the Packers. Green Bay and Chicago.
We are having a tough one today.
It's yeah.
Yeah. Is it Friday? It feels like Friday. But no, give me the Chicago Bears. Justin Fields, he's playing he wants to stay in Chicago. And he's going to make his case to, hey, build around me with these draft picks. I think he's going to go out there and have one of his better games. Look for him and DJ Moore to light it up.
Derpy, same question to you. Chicago or Green Bay? Or the Bears or
Give me
Packers?
Green Bay. Because it's in Green Bay and it's in on Fox. Give me Jordan Love.
All right. Cowboys and Commanders. Apparently, all these games are all interdivision. I'm just really seeing that now that they're
yeah.
Holy shit! All right,
so give me the Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Yeah. Yep, Cowboys.
Derby. Dallas
Cowboys.
at Washington. Not a tough one.
Not a tough one at all.
All right. Denver at Las Vegas. Denver at Las Vegas.
Ooh.
Give me Las Vegas, man. That defense, man, they're not showing any quit, man. They're into this to the bitter end. So I'm going Vegas, baby.
Derby?
Give me Vegas as well.
The real defensive player of the year, Max Crosby.
You're absolutely right. I don't even see how his name isn't being mentioned. Mike, it doesn't make sense. I don't get it.
0 sense to me
because
whatsoever.
The guy stops to run well is the reason
he
why
stops to run well, and he gets sacks and pressures. He's the combination of TJ Watt and Myles Garrett.
It's a crime that his name isn't mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Eagles at Giants. Eagles have been. I mean, come on,
they've been reeling.
They just lost the Cardinals last week. They've lost some questionable games. You got to remember they started out with 10-0, 11-0, whatever it was, and they've lost a handful of games since then. Mike, Philadelphia, New York.
You know what? I'm doing something stupid here. Give me the New York Football Giants.
All right. Derpy. Giants or Philadelphia? Giants or the Eagles?
I'm being stupid as well. Give me the New York Football Giants.
What is going on here?
Did he take the Giants? I'm sorry, I
took the Giants. Yeah.
Oh, Derpy. That would have been your chance to take the lead.
He got Green Bay over Chicago. I think that he has a chance on that one.
Yeah, he doesn't want to stat his pats. He doesn't want to rub in his victory.
Well, I put it to you this way: you guys have two different games.
Yeah, I know.
The Ohio game and then that NFC North game.
Yeah,
guys,
he didn't want to make it a 3-0 win.
We're going to go to Arizona now. It's the Seahawks at Cardinals. We played both of these teams. We beat one of these teams 30-23. We lose the other one. Mike, Seattle at Arizona.
Give me Arizona, man. They're rolling at the end of the year. They're that weird head coach has them believing in something. I don't know what, but he hypnotized them or something. But give me the Cardinals.
Derpy, same question to you. The Cardinals are hosting the Seahawks. Who do you want to win this football game?
The Seahawks bounce back.
All right. NFC West. The Rams just qualified for the playoffs last week. Aaron Donald makes another Pro Bowl. Things are looking good in Los Angeles. They're heading up the coast to play the San Francisco 49ers. Now, this is the number 1 seed in the NFC. Guys, possible NFC playoff matchup somewhere down the road here. Mike, Rams or 49ers?
Give me the 49ers. They've been up and down a little bit, but I think they want to close it out the regular season on a strong positive note at home. Give me San Fran.
All right, Derpy, over to you. The Rams or the 49ers?
Give me the 49ers.
All right. 3 games left, guys. Put on your thinking caps. It comes down to this. AFC West, Kansas City Chiefs are traveling to Los Angeles to play the Chargers. Chiefs at Chargers, Mike.
Give me
Chiefs,
KC.
Chiefs
Yeah.
trying to get their, they're trying to get their footing here, get
Mhm.
ready for the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going with KC. They just get it rolling. That Chargers team quit, man. They quit. That the coach before they fired him, they quit on that team.
Derpy, over to you. Kansas City at Los Angeles.
Kadarius Toney finally makes a catch against the Chargers.
All right. Last game of the weekend. Again, it's very important to the Steeler fans. Buffalo at Miami, Mike. The Buffalo Bills at the Miami Dolphins. This game is huge. It has potential to be the biggest game of the weekend for Steeler fans.
They put it in prime time.
Who do you think wins this game, Mike? Buffalo or Miami?
I am taking the Buffalo Bills.
Right.
I think they're just playing better football right now than Miami. Miami hasn't beaten anyone this year outside of Dallas. Dallas hasn't beaten anyone this year. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Derpy, over to you. Same question. Buffalo at Miami. Who do you think?
Give me Buffalo.
All right. And finally, the only game of the week that matters. The only game of the week that matters to us is this: the Steelers at the Ravens, guys. The Steelers at the Ravens, AFC North rivalry. It doesn't get much bigger than this. Last game of the season. Ravens have the number 1 seed locked up. Playoffs start in just 9 days. The snowstorm is coming. The worst NFL refereeing crew is on their way to Baltimore to referee this game. Mike, Steelers at Baltimore. What do you think?
17-14 Baltimore last second field goal after we were screwed over by the officials.
All right. Good enough. Derpy, over to you. Same question. I mean, this is the biggest game of the year. It doesn't get much bigger than this for the Steelers and Ravens. Or for the Steelers, certainly. Ravens, not so much. Again, snowstorm, rivalry, rested players, bad referee crew. Lots going to go into this game. Who's going to win? Steelers or the Ravens, Derpy?
Give me the Ravens 24-21.
Ravens 24-21. Interesting. Both of these picks are very interesting. Derpy, you have a total of 45 points. Mike, what do you have? 31 points. All right. So there you go. We are all set. Looks like the only picks the Ins guys have different are those two games. The Ohio game, Cleveland and Cincinnati. Derpy took Cincinnati. Mike took Cleveland. The NFC North game, Mike took Chicago. Derpy took Green Bay. Let me just double check. And I'm incorrect. One other one, Mike, you took Arizona, and Derpy took Seattle. So, with 3 games different, Mike's tiebreaker is 31 points. Derpy's tiebreaker is 45 points. Let the games begin.
Good luck, Derpy. You're gonna need
it. Good luck, Derpy. This is the last one. Once we get into the playoffs, this is when it counts, baby. So you're gonna want to.
It's your last practice round, Derpy, and the real ass whooping. It's going to take place in the playoffs. We talking playoffs.
Playoffs.
Diddly poo.
All right, fellas.
It's been a long day, boys.
It has been. I'm dragging. It feels like the first thing Monday morning to me. I think I'm ready for a nap. Mike, a couple of things also I do want to talk about today. Did anybody see that this 13-year-old kid is the first kid to beat Tetris? This 13-year-old kid,
Tetris.
He's the first kid ever.
Tetris.
The first kid ever to officially beat Tetris is this 13-year-old. Mike, Tetris came out when we were like 10.
Yeah.
So this is 35 years plus that this game has not been beat. This 13-year-old kid beat Tetris.
That is How I
I
don't
can just
like
hear
it.
that music in my head. Remember, you start to get it was you get stressed, because the block started building real fast and you couldn't get them,
Yeah,
and
yeah. Like
the
his
anxiety.
name sounds like someone who would beat Tetris.
What is his name?
Willis Gibson.
Willis Gibson
The
definitely
Gibbs.
sounds like a guy
Yeah,
that beat
Willis
that.
Gibson. He sounds like who beat Tetris? Willis Gibson. Yeah, sounds about right. He was destined to beat Tetris.
Yeah, like the Jeopardy guy. What's his Ken
Like Ken
Jennings?
Jennings. Ken
Ken
Yeah.
Jennings.
Jennings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He looks like sounds like a guy who would beat
And what's this
Jeopardy.
guy?
Yeah.
What's his name? Wilbur. What is it?
Willis
Willis.
Gibson.
The movie just
Willis.
came out last year.
What's that, Derpy?
A movie just came out last year too.
Yeah, the Tetris movie. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
couple years ago, wasn't it?
I didn't even realize Tetris
Couple
was still
years,
a thing.
maybe.
I had no
Oh,
clue
yeah.
that kids nowadays know what it is. But apparently, this kid, 13 years old, there you go, guys. He beat Tetris, the first
Well
official
done, man.
person. Yeah.
Well-
I hope he didn't peak too early in life.
I wish I would have peaked at that age. And
Right?
Tetris.
Peak at 13 in his coast.
I'm still waiting.
We're still trying to find it. We're still on the up.
We're
Buddy,
still
we're
trying.
still-
Yeah,
Yeah, here we go. Look at it right on camera. We're going this way.
yeah. The peak is
Willis is
coming.
going this way now. He
Yeah.
peaked too early.
Willis is gonna be selling his body for heroin before we know it.
That's terrible to say about a 13.
Oh my god.
Well, not when he was 13. I'm talking.
I
about,
know what you mean.
you
I
know.
know what you mean. But
I
come
mean,
on.
obviously now
Poor
he's playing
kid.
Tetris and doing things
Poor
that
kid. Yeah, this is your future, Willis.
Another
I hope not. I hope you go to great things.
One
Yeah.
other thing I do want to mention is something that is not your friend. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to warn you. If you've done this, good for you. If you haven't, I'm warning you right now. If you ever get car insurance and they offer you 5%, so it's, a thing to save 5% by putting the app on and having it track you and see if you drive correctly and don't mess with it is not your friend. It is your enemy. I hate it. I'm about to throw the fucking phone out the window. Listen, I drive just fine. Don't fuck with me. I'm going up a hill. If I accelerate to go up a hill, okay. If I end up going over the speed limit, it tells you about it. If I take my phone out to put music on, it tells me about it. It says I'm distracted.
It's a little narc. It's narking.
It's
on
a little
you, bro.
narc. I hate this fucking thing. I hate this app. I'm taking it off my phone. I don't care. 5%, F that shit. Dude, that's what I listen to my music on in the car is my phone. I don't have the radio. So how can I be distracted?
everyone uses their phone now, the aux cord or Bluetooth.
What if you are using the coordinates, the GPS? Is it going to tell you that this thing is stupid? Don't do it. It's killing me. You go to the app and you can see how you're doing. It's all red. The whole way down is red. It's all these. I hate it. Don't get it. It's not worth it.
I see. Yeah, I almost opted in when I changed my insurance, and it's like, I'm fine. I'm
5%.
fine.
F that shit. No way, man. Come on.
Now, if it was like 20%, yeah, hell yeah, man. I'll be driving Miss Daisy.
And I'm not driving reckless. I mean, you know what I mean? There's just at some point you'll speed up, like go up a hill, you'll accelerate. It gets you. Okay, I went, over the speed limit to accelerate up a hill, so I'm not crawling up a hill.
Yeah.
Oh, it lets you know.
Keeping up with the flow of traffic.
Keeping up with the flow of traffic, it doesn't consider.
Yeah.
I mean, what if there's a car of Nazis chasing you? You're not supposed to speed away. Come on. I hate this thing.
There should be an exception on there. Being chased by Nazis.
There should be an exception. And you should be able to defend yourself and get your point out there. You just don't have that. There's no option for this.
Like I live in Western PA, car insurance app. If you're not going 7 over, you're going 12 below the speed limit.
That's right, fuckers. I hate it. I hate this thing. It's gone today. I thought, 5% hook me up, man. How hard? Yeah. How hard can this be?
No, it's impossible, man. They're gonna find anything to not let you save 5%.
I haven't gone over a hillside in a couple months. I'm not a bad driver here, and this thing it would make you think that you're it's terrible. I hate it. Don't do it. Never doing it again. Mike, why don't you go and tell everybody about the website, man?
The2dumbyinjers.com. Head on over there for everything the 2dumbyinjers needs, man. We got all of our links for socials over there. What else? Merch store over there. We have a blog over there. Everything at the2dumbyinjers.com.
Go check it out, everybody. www.the2dumbyinjers.com. Lots of cool things over there, as Mike mentioned. Guys, we do have another Baltimore Ravens trivia question. As the week goes on, I'm starting to dislike this team even more. You get this feeling every time you play the Raven. This Raven week, you know what I mean? It's no different than it ever is. Just there's a lot more things at stake, a lot more going on in this weekend's football game. But guys, we do have another Baltimore Ravens question. Are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
Here we
Derby?
go.
All right, here we go. No options given, no choices given. I'm throwing it out there.
Ooh.
Here we go. Which team did the Ravens defeat in Super Bowl 35? Which team did the Ravens defeat in Super Bowl 35? Go ahead and think that over,
Yeah.
guys. We are live 5 days a week, every day, right here from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. We also take this show that we do every day and we upload it at 8 o'clock p.m. over on Spotify and podcast form. If you'd rather just listen to the show, maybe you don't have an opportunity to watch it. You're in the car, you're at the gym, put your earbuds in. You can always listen to it over on Spotify. Check it out. All right, guys, the question of the day, this is the Baltimore Ravens question. Which team did the Ravens defeat in Super Bowl 35? I'm going to start with Derpy. Derpy, which team did the Ravens defeat in Super Bowl 35?
Give me the Packers.
The Packers. Is this your final answer?
Yeah.
All right. Derpy says the Packers got beat by Baltimore in Super Bowl 35. Mike, I'm going to come over to you. Which team did the Baltimore Ravens beat in Super Bowl 35? Derby says the Packers.
The New York Football Giants.
The New York Football Giants. Is this your final answer?
Yes.
You're picking the Giants a lot today, Mike.
I know.
Seeing a pattern here. All right, let me lock you in. Oh, the computer. Oh, there we go. Mike, you were locked in on the Giants. You can't change now.
I'm good.
Here we go. What team did the Baltimore Ravens defeat in Super Bowl 35? Derpy said the Packers, which is actually one of the choices they gave you. I'll get back to that in a second. Mike, you chose the Giants. The answer is the New York Football Giants, guys. That was the Kerry Collins led football team that they just got dominated by that Baltimore offense year 2000, I believe it was. But good try, Derpy. The choices were, which I thought would have made it too easy, were the Giants, the 49ers, the Rams, and the Packers. So Derpy, somehow you ended up picking a team that they never played in the Super Bowl before, and then ended up being one of the selections. So you win something. I don't know what the hell you win, but you won something. Jeez. Even pick off that list. Do want to say thank you to everybody for checking us out. We appreciate each and every one of you. We wouldn't do it without you. Mike, what do you got before we take off for today, man?
I assuming you didn't see this right before the show started. The Whip Hill does it again, baby. Aliquippa is moving to Class 5A.
Oh, jeez.
They are Class 1A based on enrollment. They're going to Class 5A.
And yet you have St. Joseph's, who have half their teams from New Jersey, and they could
yeah, because they go to the trade school there, so technically they're not transferring to that school or some bullshit loophole. Yeah.
How can that
for competitive balance, Aliquippa is being bumped to 5A.
For competitive balance, Aliquippa has the enrollment of a single A school. They're playing in 5A, and St. Joseph has half of the team from a different state. Two different states, actually, Delaware and New Jersey, and yet they're still able to qualify to win the high school championship in Pennsylvania. It's insane.
They're not being moved for competitive balance. Aliquippa is.
This is insane.
You want to talk about adversity, Derpy? Aliquippa is.
What if if it was all about competitive balance, you wouldn't let this team play regular high schools. You know what I mean? It's wow, how stupid. The fact they were even in 4A.
Yeah. This is insane. They're going to be going up against schools that have like 80 kids on the sideline on a regular basis.
It's like, okay, you know what? You're trying to keep it even, but they're just better than you. They're better than your team. What are you going to do? You're changing the rules. You're changing things to suit you because your teams can't beat Aliquippa. You can't.
It's not their fault. They're good.
You can't penalize them because they're good. Isn't that the goal? Isn't that the goal in football, is to be good?
Pretty soon they'll be playing in the SEC.
Yeah. Well, let's start with the ACC and work our way up.
Let's work our way up. ACC, Big Ten, SEC.
Get a team. Yeah, let's have somebody beat Florida State. So we'll get Aliquippa there first, and then we'll
Yeah,
we'll
and
have
then
the
they'll come out
movement.
and beat Ohio State, Penn State, and Michigan.
Yeah.
Then they're ready for the big dogs in the SEC.
Derpy, what do you got, man?
I said it yesterday. Come on, Steeler Nation. Let's invade Baltimore. Let's get those terrible towels going. Let's get those fight songs going. Here we go, Steelers.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Mine is, you remember them boots we used to wear when we were in school, Mike? When we were kids, the boots. She used to wear like they were like kids' boots, you know? You do like that.
Like what age type boots?
I guess they must have just been big around here. Like kids, like elementary kids.
No.
Them boots, and they had like a picture or something on the side, like a Snoopy, or I don't know. They just
I had like for like my snow boots.
Yeah, like
in
the
kindergarten,
boots,
first grade.
boots.
Yeah.
No, we all wore
I thought you meant like in
boots,
high school. I don't know what
jackass.
y'all do in Western PA.
The snow boots. Remember those were big back in the day?
Hell yeah, man! It looked like an astronaut landing. I felt like Neil
yes,
Armstrong,
like the astronaut boots
walking on
exactly.
the moon, man.
And they were
Hell
like these like navy blue or black.
Yeah,
or
yes, navy blue,
yes.
baby. Yeah.
Yes. Just all this thing about the snow and the cold outside. It made me think of that the other day, and I thought, I wonder if anybody else ever wore them. But it was big in my school. I remember all the kids that, But hey, we do want to say again, thank you for checking us out, everybody.
Yes.
Mike, Derpy, anything else before we
No, I'm good, brother.
day? All right, Derpy, you good?
I'm good.
All right, everybody, have a great day. Try to keep warm. We'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's the Friday show, getting ready for the big weekend, guys. Again, only 9 days from the start of the playoffs. Wild card weekend starts in 9 days, fellas.
I can't wait.
So everyone have a great day. Keep warm.